Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 836th day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. Russia has lost approximately 518,560 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war, the General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces reported. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 1,270 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 26 tanks, 26 armored combat vehicles, 60 artillery systems, 2 multiple launch rocket systems, 2 air defense systems, 37 drones, 78 vehicles and 5 pieces of special equipment. For the first time, a Russian Su-57 jet was hit. The Su-57 is the most modern fighter jet in Russia, and there are a few units of such jets in service. The jet was hit on the territory of the Akhtubinsk air base located 589 kilometers from the front line. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The enemy launched 76 combat clashes. The Russians carried out 44 airstrikes including 52 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 481 kamikaze drones and carried out 2,800 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. The Russian military command is reportedly transferring an unspecified number of forces to the Ukrainian-Russian border area near Kharkiv Oblast, but it is unclear if the Russian military command plans to immediately commit these redeployed forces to combat or use them to reinforce the northern grouping of forces to bring it closer to its reported planned end strength. Ukrainian military observer Konstantin Mashevets noted on June 8 that a fraction of the reported 30,000 personnel that Russia generates each month arrives at the front as combat force replacements and reinforcements, and that Russian force generation efforts have allowed Russian forces to establish only limited operational and strategic reserves. Ukrainian forces conducted a drone strike against a Russian military airfield in the North Ossetia Republic on the night of June 7 to 8. Russian strikes have caused widespread damage to Ukraine's energy grid, and Ukraine will continue to face serious constraints on power generation capacity. US President Joe Biden met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Paris on June 7. Longtime Russian central bank head Elvira Nabiullina is reportedly a balancing force among Russian President Vladimir Putin's economic advisors, despite pressure for Russian officials to unequivocally support the long-term war effort in Ukraine. Ukraine's main military intelligence directorate and Russian opposition outlets reported that unspecified actors attempted to assassinate the former Russian occupation mayor of Kupiansk, Kharkiv Oblast, Hennady Matsuhora in Stay Oskol, Belgorod Oblast on June 7. Russian actors are using video appeals from Russian servicemen to refute reports of high Russian losses in northern Kharkiv Oblast. Russian forces recently advanced north of Kharkiv city, southeast of Kupiansk, within Chasiv Yar, northwest of Avdiivka, and southwest of Donetsk city. In Zelensky's nightly video he covered several points. Firstly, the Ukrainian army successfully restrained the Russian forces in the Kharkiv region, preventing the execution of their operation. Reports indicate challenging conditions in the Donetsk region. Efforts to bolster Ukrainian defenses include increased reserves and enhancements in artillery, aviation, and electronic warfare capabilities, with notable support from France and the United States. Secondly, several Ukrainian military units were commended for their exceptional performance, including the 36th Separate Marine Infantry Brigade and the 92nd Separate Assault Brigade in Kharkiv, and the 55th Separate Artillery Brigade in Donetsk. Special mention was given to the Defense Intelligence Units, Group 13 and Shaman, as well as various security service units. Lastly, Ukraine is actively engaging with international partners to strengthen its defense and resilience against Russian aggression. Key developments include upcoming air defense systems, new security agreements, and ongoing preparations for the First Peace Summit. Strategic decisions and diplomatic efforts in the coming months aim to bring a just peace closer and fortify Ukrainian society. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.